going on, Orlando Magic fans? Welcome to the Six Man Show Postgame Live, presented by Thrivent. Tonight, your Orlando Magic lose 120-105 at home to the Charlotte Hornets in a game that wasn't even that close. This is ugly. Not great, guys. Not great. Magic get absolutely, totally, and completely outworked this entire game. Charlotte shot the ball like crazy. Magic couldn't buy a bucket. And we're never really in it from the opening tip. Magic not in this game at all. There's a level of excuse that I would give to coming back from a West Coast trip, but that goes out the window when you have an extra day, which the Magic did. I know it was Christmas. And then it goes out the window when you're playing a team like Charlotte, who has been playing better lately. But you still should be able to take care of Charlotte when you're coming back from a West Coast trip the day after Christmas. Even though we're missing guys, and I know we are, very significant absences right now for this team. I'm never going to ignore that. But we have enough on paper to at the very least be competitive with Charlotte. At the very least, not get blown out. And tonight was a blowout. Again, you only lose by 15, but it might as well have been 30. Honestly. It's really, really pathetic. Very disappointing. Not a very Merry Christmas right now. Anyway, welcome to the show. My name's Kevin. If you're new around here, we're the Six Man Show. We put out Orlando Magic content all the time. And this is our live post-game show here on YouTube after every single game. It's brought to you by Thrivent, specifically Marc.Abraham, who is a diehard Orlando Magic fan and a season ticket holder. He was texting myself and Jonathan throughout the game tonight, sharing his frustrations. And he just wants to help Orlando Magic fans not be frustrated when it comes to their finances. So give him a call at 407-366-4364. At the very least, just give him a call and talk some Orlando Magic basketball. Tell him why you think this team is struggling right now. I'm sure he'd love to talk about that. But beyond that, he wants to help you be wise with your money. Whether you're struggling financially, you're working on debt, or whether you're thriving financially and you're trying to figure out how to invest and how to prepare for the future, Marc.Abraham is a guy that you want in your corner. Give him a call, shoot him an email, or visit his website. Both of those are in the description below. Big shout out to Mark for sponsoring the show. Oh, man, guys, this is not what I expected. Not what I expected. Here's the thing with Charlotte. Charlotte has immense offensive firepower, right? That's just a statement of fact. And so on any given night, they have the weapons that it takes to win, right? But if that does happen, if they are going to go off offensively and beat you, you hope it should be in a very close game, a competitive game where LaMelo goes off or whatever, whomever, Brandon Miller, whatever. Kniples played great. Obviously got hurt tonight, so hope he's doing okay. Take your pick. One of those guys goes crazy and they squeak out a victory. I could live with that in a vacuum, right? But what the problem here tonight is this team got completely outplayed, and it is a continuing trend that we have seen over the last several weeks. Not just necessarily being outplayed, but the way that the Magic lost tonight is a continuation of a trend that we've been seeing lately. The rebounding is a problem. The offensive rebounds you gave up to Charlotte tonight and the second chance points you gave up to Charlotte tonight are a problem. There is an element of luck to that. I understand that. But at some point, game after game after game, luck goes out the window and it becomes something else, right? And then the three-point shooting, like how many open threes did the Magic give up tonight? How many were they just wide open? Charlotte goes 19 of 39 from three, 48% from three. You're never going to beat a team in the NBA when you give up 48% from three, ever. Especially when they knock down 19 threes, you knock down 11. So they outscored you by 24 points from behind the three-point line. 24. There's a little math for you. 8 times 3, 24. Good luck winning a game when you're outscored by 24 from behind the line. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. And then last thoughts before we go to the super chats and all the chats, because this show is about you, by the way. Last thoughts. I have talked about some overarching themes, right? We're getting outworked, getting out rebounded, they're shooting the basketball great. We can't shoot the basketball at all. That's team-wide stuff. But I can't ignore the specific people involved in this, right? The very first person you have to look at is Paolo, right? You just have to. Hate to say it, have to do it. 13 points for Paolo with 5 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 4 of 13 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. But here's the number for me. Like, we know Paolo can struggle from the field. He's been doing that lately. We know all that stuff. The number for me is Paolo took 6 free throws tonight. 6 free throws. What does that say about what Paolo Banchero did or did not do tonight? Paolo Banchero did not at any point in this game try to take over. At no point in this game tonight did he say, wow, we are terrible tonight. Wow, we cannot knock down a shot from anywhere on the floor, so I'm just going to put my head down and get to the rim and go to the foul line, which he's one of the best in the league at doing, getting to the foul line. Tonight he takes 6 free throws. 6. 13 total shots. At no point did Paolo try to take over this game. I would rather Paolo try to take over this game and fail miserably. I'd rather see him with 30 shots. Give me 30 shots from Paolo if he's being assertive and going for it. I'd rather him go 10 of 30 from the field because at least it shows me he tried. Try to take over this game. He at least he said, I'm not going to just sit by and let this happen. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to take over, and if it's not there, it's not there. But we didn't get that tonight. That's disappointing to me. That is disappointing to me. Desmond Bane, another 0 from 3. As he's had several good shooting nights lately. He has. But you still cannot ignore the fact that it feels like 1 out of every 3 or 4 games, he's going to go 0. And I don't know if that's normal for his career. Obviously didn't follow him super closely in Memphis, but it has happened many, many times this season. And tonight goes 0 for 6 from 3. You just can't have that. You can't trade so much for a guy and pay a guy so much, and he goes 0. Your job is to make threes. Make threes. I thought Anthony Black was great tonight. I thought Jace Richardson was good tonight. Didn't get enough opportunities. Played 22 minutes. Most of that was, I guess 3 or 4 minutes of that was garbage time at the end. Didn't get enough opportunities. He was good. Outside of that, I don't think anybody was good. I really don't. The bench was atrocious. It was so bad. And I know we're thin, but the bench was terrible. We got Tristan back today. That's good. He wasn't horrible. But Tyus was a nothing. Wendell was the one that was getting beat a lot on the boards. I already talked about Desmond and Paolo, and I know that's about it. But, I mean, man. Gosh. All right. I've rambled on too much. I know I'm ranting at this point. Let's go to the Super Chats. Oh, man. This sucks. This sucks. All right. Jalen Lawson gets us started. Says, Mosley, please change this offensive philosophy. 23rd in offense in the last 6 games. It doesn't work. Run with purpose. Give us some half-court offense options, not just pick and roll, please. I think there's plenty of blame to go around here, and I'm sure Mosley is not exempt from blame. I don't want to sit here and say he is exempt from blame. However, I still have to look at some of the individual player performances tonight, and I just can't blame Mosley for that. I can't. Not all of it, right? Like, is Mosley responsible for what we saw from Paolo tonight? I really don't think so. Is Mosley responsible for Desmond Bane going 0 for 6 from 3? I don't think so. Is Jamal Mosley responsible for the offensive rebounds? I don't think so. And maybe I'm off on that. Could our offense be better? Sure. Is it a mess right now, in part because of who we're missing? Absolutely. You're missing Franz Wagner and Jalen Suggs, 2 very important guys, and instead you're having to start Tyus Jones and Anthony Black and a Paolo Banchero who is not the Paolo Banchero we know and love. Our offense is very limited because of that. But I don't know. I'm sure there is some level of blame that goes to Jamal Mosley, but I can't put all of it on him. And SU Saint with the super chat says, I'm only here to hit that like button. Good night. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. If you're hanging out with us, whether you're watching live or watching later, please hit that like button. Show some love for showing up after a game like that. And man, ugly stuff. Another one from Jalen Lawson says, overreaction, but it looks like they don't believe. Yeah, body language not great. Not great in this one. And again, I know it's a tough place to be. The fact that you had to go out west right before Christmas is tough. Like, I don't remember us ever having to do that. That's tough. I get that. And then so you fly back. You play. What was it? Tuesday night? Yeah, Tuesday night. You play in Portland. Game's over at like 1 a.m. Fly all the way back. I'm sure they didn't get here till like 5 a.m. Wednesday morning, Christmas Eve morning. And your sleep cycle's all messed up. And then you have to have Christmas on Thursday, probably with the fam and friends and all that kind of stuff. And you turn right around and play Friday. I get it. That sucks. That is a brutal schedule surrounding the Christmas holiday. But man, I don't think it's a full excuse. Again, if the Magic had just lost this game, barely, like if they were competitive and were getting beat simply by an amazing offensive outburst by a LaMelo Ball or whatever, I could maybe sleep a little better tonight. But it's the way they lost tonight. It just doesn't sit right with me. Thanks for those super chats, Jalen Lawson. And then we have one from Alexander who says, what is going on with Paolo? Hoping he has a bounce-back game tomorrow night. I have no idea. No idea what's going on with Paolo, but it is not good. And it is no longer, I'll put it this way, the sample size is getting larger. Originally, we had a pretty small set of games to pull from to say, wow, he's not played well, but he'll bounce back, right? The sample size is growing every game. The good thing, if I could find silver lining, the games on the road trip, by and large, while offensively he was not good, he was very good everywhere else. Racked up assists, rebound the basketball, low turnovers, all those things. Tonight, did not get that from him. Still low turnover, yes, but did not crash the glass well. Only 2 assists, only 2 steals. Now, he played 31 minutes, but still, in 31 minutes, you should be doing more than the 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And certainly, above all else, should be taking more than 13 shots, especially when you consider the guys that are out for this team. You have no Franz, you have no Jalen. You have no Mo Wagner off the bench, another offensive spark. There's no scenario in which Paolo Banchero should be taking 13 shots with those guys gone. I'm sorry. There's no scenario. There's no scenario that Paolo should be taking 13 shots. Anthony Black should not take more shots than Paolo Banchero. With some exceptions, right? Like if AB's on fire, which, to be fair, AB was on fire tonight. Maybe he takes more. But when no one else is stepping up, because it's not like Desmond Bane caught fire tonight, there's no reason why Paolo Banchero should take 13 shots. I don't care. I don't care. Mike loves the Magic. Great username. Says, can't fit my anger in a super chat. Season over. So strong words. Strong words. I'm not to the point of season over simply because of the guys that are coming back, hopefully sooner rather than later. I think adding Franz back, going to be huge. Bringing Jalen back, going to be huge. Bringing Mo back, going to be huge. For all of those guys to come back, I'm certainly not in the season over territory. I am in the camp of concerned about Paolo territory. That's where I am. I don't think the whole season is ruined. I think there's a lot more basketball to be played. We're not even halfway through the season, and we're missing a ton of guys. But there are definitely concerns with what we've seen from Paolo so far. And I think part of the frustration with Paolo for Magic fans is we just don't have an answer. We don't know why Paolo is the way that he is right now. And I think if we had an answer, we would be able to handle that better. But the fact that it's a total mystery, I think, is what is causing the most concerns, right? Like if they were to come out and say, yeah, he's still struggling with the groin, right? He had the groin injury. He's still not 100% from that. Okay, I think Magic fans would be like, that sucks, number one, that it's still lingering. Number two, why is he playing if he's still struggling with that? And number three, okay, that gives us an explanation for why he looks this way. Or he's struggling. I don't know. I don't want to sit here and try to guess what's happening in his life. Obviously, he's a human being. All of us go through things in life. Maybe there's something like that that's off the court. Who knows? But if there was some sort of explanation, I think Magic fans would be able to go, okay, this is just a temporary thing. He's dealing with X, Y, and Z, injury, whatever. It's temporary. He'll be back. But the fact that there's no explanation for it and he continues to struggle offensively, I think that's where Magic fans are really starting to either consider hitting or have already started hitting the panic button. That's just what I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. You can tell me if I'm wrong. All right, there's let's see, 150 of you with us on YouTube right now, and many more of you joining us over on X. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. Again, please hit the like button. If you're brand new around here, please hit subscribe. That means you want to see more Orlando Magic content as we continue to go through this roller coaster of a season. Before we go to the full chat over on YouTube, here's the thing. The Magic do have an opportunity to bounce back right away. Tomorrow night, 24 hours from now, you get one of the best teams in basketball, the Denver Nuggets, who obviously they're great, but also they're coming on the heels of a historic Christmas night performance by Nikola Jokic and a historic Christmas night game, right? Went to overtime. It was a crazy game. They gave 110% for that. And then today they had to fly all the way from Denver to here. And so, or to Orlando, I guess, for tomorrow's game, right? So I expect them to be tired, right? Now, obviously you had the back-to-back, but you don't travel. It's a real opportunity for this team to bounce back. It's an opportunity for Paolo to bounce back. And so there's a chance 24 hours from now that all of this stuff from tonight is forgotten. But what will not be forgotten is the final result. You lost to a lowly Charlotte Hornets team at home. That could really matter at the end of the season. It really could. It really could. I hope it doesn't, but it could. One more super chat, and then we'll go to the other chats. It's another one from Jalen Lawson who says, the answer is coaching against his strengths. You're saying Mosley coaching against Paolo's strengths. I don't know, man. I don't know. We've seen Paolo at his best with Jamal Mosley coaching, and I refuse to believe that what we're seeing from Paolo right now, it has to do with coaching. I just can't buy it. And I don't know. There's plenty of opportunities for a Paolo Banchero to go out and at least assert himself in a game. Maybe he doesn't shoot the ball well, whatever. But at least go out there and put your foot on the gas and go, I'm going to take over this game, and we're either going to win on my shoulders or we're going to lose. That's what I want to see. That's what everyone wants to see from your star player. Go out there and try to take this over. And look, if you don't have it, you don't have it. We've still got your back. You gave it your best. We'll try tomorrow. But just 13 shots, 6 free throws, it just doesn't do it. It doesn't do it. We know we just know he's better. That's the thing. We know it. David with the super chat says, is Powell an all-star this year? Relax. 170 TWD is like $5. Go Magic. NT. What is NT? I need to look up what that is. 17. What is TWD currency? Thank you so much for that. Is that, let's see, NT currency. I was about to say Taiwan. It is Taiwan. Okay. Taiwan. Thank you so much for that, by the way. That's super chat. Really appreciate it. Is Powell an all-star this year? Absolutely not. No way. Nope. Hate to say it like that, but it's true. Absolutely not. And the problem is, it's not just Magic fans that are watching, keeping an eye on Paolo right now. It's the national media that's keeping an eye on Paolo, right? They're seeing this major shift in how he's playing and how well or not well he's playing, which means, all-star is just not going to happen. Not going to happen. All right, let's go to the chat. We'll hit a few of these, and we'll check out the box score. We'll check out the scores around the league and, of course, the standings and see how much tonight hurts the Magic in the standings. And then we're going to call it a night because it is a back-to-back for us, too. So we'll start with this one. Dev says, at this very moment, we are cooked. Yeah. Not great. Not great. You go 2-2 on the road trip, which, again, on the surface, you'll take it. Anytime you go out west, you're missing important guys. You go 2-2, you'll take it. But optically, some of those games were not great. Obviously, Tuesday being a great example. You win in Portland in a game you very well almost lost. Not great. American Brute says, wow, I've never seen a team so deflated at home against a bad team. Only the Magic, right? Bane with no threes? Bro, are you okay? Paolo with 13 points? Really? Y'all all right? Exactly. It's just a bunch of question marks. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And like you, I also noticed the game mathematically was not truly out of reach, even in the fourth quarter, right? The Magic trail by 19 going into the fourth quarter, which isn't an insurmountable lead. We see that. It feels like once a week we see some sort of major comeback like that, 19 points or something like that in the fourth quarter across the league. Happens all the time. And even with half a quarter left, 6 minutes left, I feel like it was like a 15, 16-point lead. Still very doable, but at no point did I feel like the Magic believed that. I agree. At no point did I feel like the Magic were like, hey, we can do this. Let's go. I just didn't see it. I didn't see it tonight, and that's surprising. Very surprising. Matthew Thomas says, coming from Paolo hater, Mose has to go. It's time. I'd like to see Paolo under a new coach before considering shopping him. Well, I hope no one is considering shopping Paolo. Goodness gracious. I feel like we're too early for that. But, yeah, the whole coaching thing, I don't know. It's always fair to say, I wonder what this player would look like under a new coach, right? If any player, any team, if they're a rookie or not a rookie, if they were drafted by a team and they've only been coached by one coach their whole career, sure, there's always going to be curiosities. What if they were coached by so and so? I don't know, but yeah. Dev says if we lose in the first round, Mose is gone. With this current team at this moment is very possible. Again, guys, I struggle with evaluating this whole team based on what we're seeing right now because we are still missing 2 starters. One of them statistically is the most important player on this team, and it's not Franz. It's Jalen Suggs. Statistically, over the course of Jalen Suggs' career, the Magic have a better record with Jalen Suggs playing versus not playing than any other player. Better than Franz, better than Paolo. The difference between when Jalen Suggs plays and when Jalen Suggs does not play is astronomical in the win-loss column. So you're missing him, and you're missing Franz, and you're missing your best bench scorer, although Anthony Black this year has taken obviously a pretty significant leap, but Mo Wagner. And I refuse to evaluate the entire team based on what we're seeing right now. I will evaluate the 2 key guys right now. I am evaluating Paolo, and I'm evaluating Desmond Bane. Those are the 2 guys that you should be able to call upon to win a game like this against Charlotte, even though you're missing some important guys. That's just me. I just can't evaluate the whole right now because we don't have the whole. We haven't had the whole all season, honestly, outside of like night 1. Pissed Off Magic fan says, just an off night or are we officially cooked? It's not an off night because these are trends. We are seeing these trends repeatedly. And I know we're in the middle of the season. This is the dog days of the NBA season, right? Like game 30 to 60, right? Those are just the middle of the season. You're just kind of going through the motions. The schedule's tough. The travel's tough. You're off the high of the early season. And you're not quite to the high of end of season where you got to make a playoff push. This is a tough stretch, but this is where the best teams continue to thrive. And I know the Magic are without a bunch of guys, but right now we are certainly not thriving. Mess says, patience, everyone. Patience. Yeah, we need some patience at this point. That's about the only thing that'll get us through. Productive says, let's hear the 6-man team furiously defend Paolo tonight. Well, hopefully you haven't heard that so far because I cannot defend what we saw tonight. I can't do it. And I wish I could. Like I said earlier, I wish we had an explanation. I wish I had something that I could defend Paolo. But I just can't for what we saw tonight. And I hate to say it. I just need to see him take over. Take over. Fail. That's fine. But take over. Even just for a stretch. Take over for that's the thing that I get frustrated too. Like, it's not like I'm asking take over a whole quarter. Play all 12 minutes. Take 25 shots on a quarter, right? Like, take a shot on every possession. That's not what I'm looking for. Take 4 minutes. Take 4 minutes to try to take over this game. That's the part that I struggle with. Didn't even see it. Didn't even see that attempted tonight. Rough. Rafa says that was painful to watch. So painful. Let's see. Califam is in here. Califam is one of our YouTube members. And so if you'd like to become a member of our YouTube channel, it's just $5 a month. You can click that join button, and it gets you access to the cool star next to your name, which changes depending on how long you've been a member. And so the longer you're a member, the more the star changes into different colors and all kind of stuff. Plus you get custom emojis, right? The ones that are only available for our members. And so if you like what we do here at the 6-Man Show, becoming a member of our YouTube channel is a great way to support the show. Walk the Dog says, Charlotte has a nice starting 5 and Khan is for real. Second part is true. Khan is real. Or is for real. Nice starting 5. Offensively, yeah. But the Magic should have taken care of this team. Defensively, like their defense. Like the Magic should have been able to take care of Charlotte's defense. They should have been able to score on this. Even though we're missing guys, like, again, it's part of the frustration I have. Like, should have been able to take it to them. And just weren't able to do it tonight. Yeah. Stinks. All right. Let's take a break from the chat. Let's go over to the box score and see what we're working with, because it's not pretty. We already talked about Desmond Bane, 15 and 10 for him with 4 assists, but 7 of 20 from the field and 0 of 6 from 3. Not good. Can't go 0 for, man. You just can't. Paolo, we talked about him the most, of course. Just 13 points for him. On just 13 shots, 0 of 2 from 3, and only 6 free throws. That's not great. Wendell was 16 and 8. Shot the ball well tonight. That's fine, but was part of the crew that gave up so many offensive rebounds, so I don't love that. Anthony Black, I thought, was the Magic's best player tonight. 24 for him, 4 of 7 from 3, made all 4 of his free throws, 3 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers in 36.5 minutes. It's a great night from AB. Tyus, coming off his best game Tuesday night against Portland, played okay tonight, right? Goes 2 of 4 from 3. That's good. 8 points. That's good. 3 assists. Like he was fine. Like, you're never going to expect Tyus to go crazy, even though he's forced to be in the starting lineup. Jonathan Isaac played 16 minutes tonight. Just got 2 points for him. Did not take a 3, which is interesting. I'd be curious to know how many games this season Jonathan Isaac played double-digit minutes and did not take a 3. Noah Penda, this was not his best game tonight. 11 minutes for him. Jace Richardson was the other bright spot tonight. 14 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 5 of 7 from the field, including 1 of 2 from 3 for him. Thought it was good. Tristan da Silva makes his return, being out for, I think, 8 days. I think he went out last Thursday was the first game that he missed, if I remember correctly. So good to see him back, obviously. He was fine. He wasn't terrible. Jamal Cain had to play 14 minutes tonight because of the injuries. He played. Orlando Robinson plays in garbage time. Jet Howard plays in garbage time. Magic shoot 39% from the field. Magic shot 39% from the field, and Charlotte shot 48% from 3, if that tells you anything. Not good. 31% from 3. For the Magic, they only turned the ball over 8 times, which you love to see that, but you had so many other stats that were just insurmountable that the 8 turnovers wasn't enough. Yeah, Charlotte shoots 47% from the field, 48% from 3. They shoot only 68% from the free throw line. They leave 9 points at the line, and you still lost by 15. And you forced 14 turnovers and still lost by 15. Looking at the stats here, I mean, Charlotte just, that first quarter, set the tone. They outscored Magic 38-28. Magic won the second and fourth quarters, but the first and third quarters, you get outscored by a combined 20 points. 38-28 and 39-29. Not good. Magic just get 46 points in the paint, man. 46 points in the paint against the Charlotte Hornets. That is just not good. Only 10 fast break points. You trail by as many as 24. You get 29 bench points. Again, you turn the ball over only 8 times. There's 3 lead changes. 1 time they were tied. All of that was in the first quarter, because after that, it was all Charlotte. All right, while I'm here, let's just go ahead and knock this out. Let's check out the scores around the league. We'll hit some more of the chats, and then we're going to call it a night, because it is a back-to-back for us, too, here at the Six Man Show. Bulls, Sixers, 90 seconds left. Bulls are up 4. The Chicago Bulls, I think, have won 4 in a row. They're on the verge of being 500 once again, so they have bounced back nicely. Now, granted, they've played some struggling teams, but tonight they are playing the Sixers, who are not struggling. They're playing some good basketball, so we'll see how that goes. Bucks trail the Grizzlies by 12. Bucks are a mess. Got a couple Western Conference game there. The Pistons right now in the first quarter up 7 on the Utah Jazz out in Utah. And then the games that have gone final, Miami beats Atlanta. The Raptors lost to the Wizards. Yikes. And then the Celtics win again, this time over the Pacers, who are terrible. I was about to say I look forward to playing terrible teams, but we played one tonight. We lost by 15. So what do I know? All right, what do these mean for the standings? Let's refresh this, make sure we're up to date. The Magic are currently the 6th seed. They trailed the Raptors by a half game, those same Raptors that lost to the Wizards tonight. So the Magic are a half game back of the Raptors, half game back of the Sixers, depending on the Sixers' result tonight. They could be tied with the Sixers or could trail the Sixers by a full game. The Magic trailed the Boston Celtics at the 3 seed now by 2.5 games. They were just a half or a full game back of the 3 seed just like 48 hours ago, 72 hours ago, something like that. And now they find themselves 2.5 games back and 4.5 games back of the 2 seed Knicks, 7.5 games back of the Pistons. But here's the thing. They're only a half game up on the 7 seed Cavs and a full game up on the Miami Heat. So we are knocking on play-in territory's door once again. Thought we climbed out of it for good a few weeks ago, but now we find ourselves at just 4-6 on our last 10. Swimming in those waters once again. Hard to believe. Hard to believe, but here we are. All right, last couple of thoughts from the chat, and then we're going to call it a night because we're going to bounce right back with another game and another show tomorrow. Let's see. Did we get any super chats while I was running my mouth? Let's see. Yes, we did. Califam says the halftime show is the best thing about tonight's game. Well done, Magic Nation. Donating to say, love the show. Bring back Trevel and Queen energy. First off, thank you for donating, and thank you for being a channel member. Appreciate it. The halftime show was very nice. If you're talking about the in-game halftime show at the arena where they were able to basically bless a family that was in financial need, that was really, really special. And maybe you're talking about the television halftime show, which, that crew always does a great job as well. But both were great. And yes, we're the highlight of the night because on the court, not good. And then man with the super chat says, Mike Miller gives me bad vibes. He's a Heat guy. Well, he was an Orlando guy first, but did obviously spend a good chunk of his career in Miami, did a lot of winning in Miami. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. The jury is still out for me when it comes to Mike Miller. We'll see. All right, last couple thoughts from the chat here, and then we are going to call it a night. Magic Man says, the Magic need a real center, 7 foot or taller, no energy. Yeah, you hate getting beat on the glass on a night like tonight. If you're struggling offensively, the last thing you want to do is get beat in the hustle category. You have to out-hustle another team if you're getting beat offensively. And tonight, it just didn't happen. Just didn't happen. Lots of people talking about Paolo. Obviously, he's the story of the game. He's the story of the last few weeks. Lots of people talking about that. Duval says 68 rebounds, unacceptable. Here's the thing. I agree that 16 offensive rebounds, which is what Charlotte had, is unacceptable. 68 total rebounds looks terrible until you see that the Orlando Magic missed 57 shots. You missed 57 shots tonight. So 68 rebounds with 57 missed shots actually isn't that crazy. It's not, which again, on the surface, you see 68 rebounds and your eyes go like this, but then you scroll down further and you see the Magic miss 57 shots and you go, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense why the Charlotte Hornets would have 37 defensive rebounds. Yeah, that makes sense because there were so many to be had. A ton of them. Califam with another super chat says the in arena was what I was mentioning. I figured that was a really heartwarming, touching moment there in the arena. Bumblebot says Kevin showing some emotion today. Love to see it. I mean, I'm at my wit's end. I think most of you are too. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, this is just not acceptable. It's just not acceptable stuff. So, all right. I wish we were able to get some more messages tonight, but we just won't be able to. Yeah, it's just a tough one. This is a tough one. Messes. I want Taco Fall. Man, that'd be crazy. Luke Wild says I want Edey. Good luck. Price tag on Zach Edey. Probably pretty high at this point. I don't think he's attainable. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us tonight, guys. All right. Yeah, really tough spot. But once again, the beauty of the NBA is there's very quickly an opportunity to bounce back, and none quicker than tomorrow. So the Magic back in action tomorrow night, hosting the Denver Nuggets. A chance for redemption, a chance for a bounce back, a chance for a win. Let's redeem this homestand this weekend with a win tomorrow night. We'll be back then. Have a great Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow night. And until then, let's go Magic.